Hello and welcome to Select 10. Today, we'll review some of the top Netflix original series that have been released in the last few weeks. These top 10 Netflix series include fresh fantasy, action, sci-fi, and thriller series that you should watch. All of these 10 series may not be for everyone, but they all provide fresh, original storylines that every web series fan should check out once. Some recent Netflix series, like The Diplomat and more, aren't included because we have already reviewed them in our most recent video about new web series. Now let's start the video. Number 10. Unseen. It is a crime thriller series created by Travis Taut and Darine Joshua. The story is about Zenzi Mwale, who disguises herself as an average housekeeping worker while secretly looking for her partner after he is freed from imprisonment. Despite the fact that she does not appear like someone who would be capable of harm, the unforeseen incidents happen and plot Zenzi's fall from a usual worker to killer as she travels into a risky and harmful direction, covered with dark individuals who seek to capitalize on her to carry out their evil plans, which ultimately pits her against much more strong and dangerous criminals. Unseen provides a suspenseful and emotional journey from beginning to end, powered by great performances. The interesting and gripping plot will have you engaged the entire time if you enjoy crime thrillers featuring an unthinkable serial killer. It's a highly underappreciated series that you should certainly check out. Number 9. The Patience of Dr. Garcia. It is a thriller drama series directed by Joan Noguera. The story takes place after a war at a time when Spain was controlled by Francisco Franco. Later in the aftermath of the war, the main story focuses on Democratic Guillermo Garcia Medina, who acquired a bogus name and relocated to the city of Madrid, while his old client, Republican Minister Manuel Arroyo, set out on a perilous journey to join a covert organization led by Clara Stauffer. Meanwhile, using this hidden connection, Clara Stauffer and others helped the people in hiding escape to Argentina, while Manuel assumed the persona of an imprisoned trooper to facilitate his release. However, when the officer whose name Manuel was using to flee came back to Madrid, jeopardizing the group's getaway attempt, Garcia was forced to take desperate measures to safeguard his buddy Manuel. Overall, it is a spy thriller with enough tension to hold viewers' attention throughout the story. The series' visual appeal is extraordinary, but it is sometimes disregarded in favor of a disorganized plot that juggles between a suspenseful tale and historical events. Number 8. Missing Dead or Alive. It is a true crime mini-series directed by Alex Irvine Cox. The plot centers on two deputies as they conduct a frantic hunt for people who have vanished under alarming situations. During the search, they look for hints, speak with important eyewitnesses, go over both video and audio recordings, and examine places. Each chapter examines a different case as police look for people as soon as they vanish and try to determine the cause of the crime. Although true crime documentaries are not for everyone, if you enjoy this genre, this 4-part series will keep you captivated. The show is interesting and does an acceptable job of depicting all the phases that individuals working for the Missing Individuals Department often experience. The cases are interesting and compelling enough to follow through to the end. Number 7. Till the End of the Moon. It is a fantasy romance drama directed by Koh Loon Cook. The series' premise takes place in a time when demonic beasts rule over farm owners and human beings. Meanwhile, farmer leaders feel it is essential to transport somebody back in time in order to learn about the demonic lord's creation and stop his rise. The main character of the narrative is Lee Su, who undertakes the assignment, adopts the persona of a human, and is determined to destroy Tantai Jin, a potential devil king, because she knows that he would kill many people and destroy kingdoms in the distant future. However, as she watches Tantai Jin's previous existence and ascent to power, a surprising story comes to light that complicates her mission. Over the course of its 41-hour episodes, you'll learn whether she can stop his rise and prevent him from triggering a world disaster. Currently, Netflix has released the first 8 episodes, and the remaining episodes will be released in the next few weeks. The visual effects and production value of the show are good, and the battle and fight scenes offer enjoyment, but could have been much better. The plot, however, is what makes this show outstanding as well as decent, as it fails to maintain a consistently entertaining story. Number 6. Sanctuary. It is a sports drama series created by Kansas Iguchi. The show follows a young wrestler named Eno as he attempts to break into the global arena of the prestigious sport of sumo. Eno is a violent and a man with a lot of debt and an unhappy family, but once he gets recruited by the head trainer for his abilities and strength, he rises the rankings purely for financial gain, but having no passion for the sport of sumo, He finds himself the object of allegations from sumo officials for his outrageous attitude and absence of regard for the sport's values. It is a remarkable series that effectively conveys the hardships and majesty of sport, faith, aggression, and ethics in the sumo wrestling world. Therefore, this is a must-watch if you enjoy stories about sports. Number 5. Dr. Cha. It is a medical comedy drama directed by Kim Dae-jin and Kim Yoon-wook. The narrative of the show centers on Cha Jeong-suk, a housewife who later enrolls as a first-grade medical student. On the other hand, Cha Jeong-suk has gotten married to Seo In-ho, a disciplined, thoughtful, and devoted man who works as the most senior surgeon at an academic medical center. In the meantime, Cha Jeong-suk has been just a housewife for many years after giving up her profession as a physician during her term as a nursing student. However, after discovering a surprising truth about her husband, she chooses to resume her healthcare trainee education. What comes next is her humorously filled path towards her ideal career, where she must overcome new obstacles. Overall, it is a hilarious story about regaining independence. The main character is likable, and the show has plenty of funny humor, which makes it a delightful ride. Number 4. The TAILOR. It is a mystery thriller series directed by Sem Karsi. The show centers around Payami Dokumak, an aspiring and well-known tailor who acquired the skills of his grandfather as well as his thriving company. But after his grandfather passes away, the story opens with Payami starting to create a wedding gown for his closest friend's Dimitri fiancé, and during this time, he was unable to see his friend's fiancé's face. On the other hand, a woman by the name of Esvit inexplicably comes into Payami's life and has her own secrets, which are soon going to affect Payami. So who is she? Well, that is a mystery. The TAILOR chronicles the tale of 3 intertwined lives, and as the story progresses, Dimitri, Esvit, and Payami's revelations are exposed, endangering their way of life and exposing the truths that might break them. The plot is straightforward with plenty of surprises that get a mix of suspense and drama, making the series surprisingly enjoyable. Number 3. ULTRAMAN. It is an animated action-adventure series based on the manga series of the same name. Before we get started on the Season 3 review, here is an introduction to Seasons 1 and 2 without any spoilers to give you an idea of what the show is about. The first season's narrative centers on student Shinjiro Hayata, who uncover he possesses special powers and abilities that surpass humans. In his quest for clarification, he learns that his dad was previously an Ultraman, and now he is one of only a few people who can use the Ultra suit to battle and defend humanity from alien dangers. The second season centers on a plot in which Shinjiro mysteriously disappears and the terrorist group threatens to destroy Earth. To stop aliens, 6 Ultraman heroes have gathered for the ultimate battle, facing this enormous robot that is annihilating the city. Shinjiro's nightmare is the focus of Season 3, as he loses control of his skills, ruins the town, and turns people against heroes, while a sinister alien force operates covertly. Some fans may be let down by Season 3's several conventional and traditional superhero tale elements with minimal stakes, but the third season's concluding adventure is undoubtedly worthwhile to see. Number 2. Black Knight. It is a sci-fi post-apocalyptic thriller series directed by Cho Ui-seok. The show takes place in 2071, when the Earth has been reduced to a desert due to excessive pollution that has destroyed most of humanity. Following these events, those who survive must put on oxygen masks and depend on the Knights, professional delivery drivers, to bring them the goods they require to survive. Knights are trained to guard and deliver items, but some people go to extreme lengths to stop them in their work. The main story follows a famous knight by the name of 5-8, who encounters a little child by the name of Saul, who desires to become a knight like him. He chooses to coach him so that he can realize his ambition in the sinister and deadly environment in which they reside. However, nothing is going to be simple because corrupt people and forces are certain to put unimaginable obstacles in their way and jeopardize the survival of humanity. In many respects, the story will make you think of the Mad Max film and the hit Netflix series The Silent Sea. With its compelling action, thrills, and chills, the series teases your mind with its unusual setting and powerful survival theme. The show is based on the webtoon of the same name and has just 6 episodes. Although the series contains incredible story development, action, and suspense, you might be let down by its hasty conclusion. Number 1. Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story. It is a historical drama created by Shonda Rhimes. If you've seen the Bridgerton series, you can relate to this series with ease. It is a spin-off miniseries about Queen Charlotte that has 2 primary plotlines. One takes place in the current scenario of Bridgerton and starts in 1817 with the passing of the imperial successor Princess Charlotte, which prompts the Queen of England to put hardships on her offspring to get married and have kids of her own for the sake of the kingdom. The other starts in 1761 with Charlotte finding and marrying King George. The second one investigates the wedding of the royal couple and his behavioral disorders as young Charlotte, who got married to King George despite his wishes, travels to England on the occasion of the ceremony and gets reviewed by the king's crafty mother. It is a multi-layered love story that is an outstanding masterpiece with superb acting, an enchanting and beautiful experience. The series' examination of King George's psychological problems and struggle with social phobia is one of its most outstanding elements. It is a must-see on this list. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.